Hello, our pet of the month is going to be a Dalmatian. These are the colors we'll be using and also the garlic press. And I think you're going to have quite a bit of fun making him. He's very cute. Now just roll your white clay and I want you to roll it into a triangle shape, around a triangle shape, as you can see in the video, and then just press it down. Don't make it too flat though. And to the right side, just press it out. That's, let's say that's his butt. That's his back end. He's sitting. So if you're wondering how he's going to look, he's sitting and he's facing with his legs to the left. And we are rolling some logs now, 2 logs, the same size. They're going to be his legs. And we will bend them up for paws when we attach him to his body. And there you go. Now press him on. Make sure you press it on. Well, you don't want to press it flat, but you want to make sure that they're stuck together well. And there you have his legs. This is a very easy ornament to make, as I said. Now next we're going to roll a short log, and that's going to be the leg he's sitting on, his back leg. This was a very popular ornament when the movie 101 Dalmatians came out. Oh gosh, that's a long time ago. My son was very little then, and he's almost 30 now, so but it's a while ago. But this was a very popular ornament to make back then. And really, I don't make ornaments that look like characters that have a copyright. You just don't do that. But heck, a Dalmatian is a Dalmatian. I mean, what can you do? A dog's a dog. So these are, now you make this round. I think you're getting to see now the shape. I actually make a cat facing in the other direction, which starts out exactly the same way as this, except she has a cat's head. And we'll be making that in a future tutorial. And there's the tail. One of my brothers had a Dalmatian for many years. His name was Winston. Crazy dog. Now when you make the head, always kind of start with a round, but shape it into like an egg shape, almost like an oval, as you can see there. And then attach it. And we're going to be putting a garland around his neck, which will hold the head on. I'll show you how we do that. And then we're going to be using the garlic press for that. And you're going to squeeze some green clay through the garlic press. There you go. And don't just lay it on there. See, I use the needle tool and then the knitting needle, the tip of the knitting needle, which is actually better than the needle tool. The needle tool is a little too sharp, but use the tip of the knitting needle and just kind of press the garland on there so it's really sticking on there well. There you go. Now we're going to make him a hat. You're going to roll a rounded triangle again. Now you take your round ball, and the way to do this is just put pressure on one side of it. See, like I'm going back and forth with the fingers, and that'll just give you that shape there. And then flatten it out a little bit. There you go. We're kind of tilting his head a little. We're going to have only one ear showing on him, and his other ear is going to be underneath the hat. Now if you want to do both ears, you can do that. I kind of like the idea of one ear being under the hat. Now press it on, then push it up just a little bit and then down. You see how I did that? Next you'll be rolling out some white for the brim of the hat, and we will be attaching that, and press it on. And bend your hat down. When you bend the hat down, make sure you press it on to the side that you're bending it down over. Now you don't see me doing it, but when you're working with red clay and even the green, some of that color will come off on your hands, and you will have to wash your hands between the colors. Now this is for his mouth. Just use the needle tool and just kind of roll it up like that. And for the pink of the tongue, we just mixed a little bit of white clay with a little bit, just a little of red. It's always a lot less red than white. And I actually had this left over from the other tutorial, but mix, I would say mix about 1/5 red to 1 part white, or 5 parts white to 1 part red. Start out with just a little red, because that way you can always add more if you want it to be a little darker pink. I take a little bit of green, and we're going to put, I always like to put these holly leaves on with the berries, and use the needle tool to make an indentation, and then just texture it. See how I'm doing that? Very easy. This is really a quite easy ornament to make. All the ornaments are easy to make. You just follow the directions and you'll be fine. Put his little nose on. Press it on really well. You don't want it falling off. You want a good bond there. Okay. Now if you don't want to put the, well, I'm putting on another holly leaf leaves on his tail with a berry, but if you don't want to put his black dots on with the clay and you want to paint them on, that's fine too. Either way works, whichever way you want to do it. I like putting them on with the black clay, but you know, that's just a choice. And you can just put the black dots on randomly. They can go anywhere. They don't have to be in any special order, just like the real Dalmatians all have different spots in different areas. Some have more spots than others. Just a real pretty dog. And now if you want to sell these ornaments at craft shows, and you want to personalize them, I would put the names on, the name would go on the brim of the hat. And if you're going to personalize them, you might want to put the holly leaf up above the brim of the hat. That would give you a little more room to put the name. And then most people want the year on their ornament, and I would put that on the ball of the hat. Now his eyes are going to be painted on after he's baked, and I'll show you that when we get to the end. I do use a paper clip hanger, and then you bake your ornament at the recommended temperature for your particular clay that you're using, and you can use whatever clay you want. I use Sculpey 3 because it's just easier on my arthritic hands, which I've probably mentioned before. And now, of course, blush. I always like to put cheeks on my guys. A little blush, it just adds a little bit, I think. Just like it. And he will be ready to go, and he'll be ready to bake. And I like to put little white dots on the garland. Looks like snow, and it just adds a little bit to it. This is after they're baked, when I paint it on. And he's ready to go in the oven, I believe. Yes, he is. Well, I think he just looks cute. Oh, and I put the little, with the needle tool, I put the little dots next to his nose. And there he is painted. Very nice. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you again soon. Bye.